Hello, everyone. Here we go again. So I split this video I want to do into three parts because I'm taking too long in my videos explaining my ranking for these BL dramas. That's what we're doing today. Part three, rating, not ranking, rating BL dramas that I've seen on the scale from 1 to 10. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, they are up. Go watch them. If I remember, I will leave a link below, but they're on the channel, so they're there. Go see them. Go. Okay, we are starting off with Oh Boarding House. Is that the name of the show? Oh Boarding House. I'm gonna give this one a 6. I did like it. It just wasn't a lot to it. There wasn't enough character growth or a stronger plot line or a stronger narrative being told here. Um, Otherwise, it would have been higher. But I did enjoy it. It was nice. It's harmless. It's not that long, so I would recommend it just to kill time a little bit. But it's not something that's gonna like change your world. It's not a thing like compelling, but it was nice. My Dream series. I'm gonna give this show a 3. Now I am giving it a 3. Objectively, it is awful. However, I enjoy the show. I watched it twice. First time on my own. Second time with my YouTube peers. It is crunchy, 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 has so much potential, is actually factually awful. But I like some of the themes. It was like magic and mystery and all this stuff, but it was just done so terribly. But I still enjoyed it despite that. I don't know, maybe the aesthetics. I don't know why I liked it, but it is a 3 in my book. Boys Lockdown gets a. I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6. It's nothing. It's not gonna change your world. It's actually not doing anything different than other, close quarters, pandemic type of shows. But it was fine. It was shot nicely. I like the characters. It just, I guess I wouldn't recommend it because it's kind of like a waste of time, but not really. Like you're not gonna get your life to this show, but it's also not gonna ruin your life either if you watch it. You're not gonna be like, oh, I watched that. It was the worst thing ever. You're like, oh, okay, that's fine. It's just fine. He, she, it. Okay, this one has the crunchiest audio and visuals as well. It's trying to be spooky, and so it looks like it was shot in a way to make it look spooky, but it makes it look cheap. So I'm gonna give it a 6 though, because I like the storyline. I like what happened in it, and Jeff singing at the end was that song's a bop. So it gets a points for being a good story and how it's told. Is just the execution of that story aesthetically and sound wise is just so poor. It looks like a cheaper made show, so I can't give it higher than that. Okay, I'm Your King too. This one is another show that I enjoyed, but it is not great, and it's mostly because there's no real plot line. It's just basically two brothers busting down one guy, and they're going back and forth, and it's. I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4. You know, I couldn't recommend you to watch it. You're not going to be like, oh yes, but if you just like BL stuff, just for the sake of it, I guess watch it. But you're not gonna you may not like this. It's giving nothing. It's giving no plot. It's giving no substance. They make out a lot. There's lots of intimate scenes. So if you're into that, go off and go ham. Okay, so one of the rare Chinese dramas on this list, Ambiguous Focus. You know what? I did not. Oh my god, Addicted Heroin. I did not save that picture. I'm putting them both. They're both the same score. This one and Addicted Heroin. I'm both giving them a 6. They're both traumatic and terrible, but also they're fine, but they're also terrible. This one is better than Addicted to Heroin. I think this is a better storytelling, but it's sad. It's sad. And Addicted to Heroin. I want them to redo that because I like that show, but like watching it again is very, ugh. Like I don't want to root for these boys because they're forcing themselves on top of each other and they don't like. It's a lot. Ugh. Okay, Stuck on You. I'm gonna give Stuck on You a 5. It would have been higher because I like these characters and the storyline they told in the close quarters pandemic type of show. However, the sound design and aesthetics And sometimes the pacing. Sometimes it was just a lot of just hanging out and was no real character moment type of stuff. But they did have that. It just you can tell the low budget is seeping through this show, and I just want more for this. I liked it. It's just objectively speaking, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. I'm gonna give it a five. Ensemble Love. This gets a seven. It's goofy, crazy, odd. I loved it. I loved it despite all that. It's just it's a fun show. It's over top and crazy, yes. However, it's a fun time. It's a fun time. Cheat the series. Ooh, I had the best time reacting to Cheat the series. However, it gets a five. It almost got a four because the aesthetics of it, the sound design are awful. It's cheaply made. Oh my gosh. However, the actors really slayed. The storyline is weird. It doesn't make sense because they have like there's like magic and mystic stuff, and and there's like a novella situation going on, so it's like running parallel together, but they don't cross enough for me. I feel like the magic stuff was this whole separate thing, and then we have like the dramatic novella cheating and busting out all the siblings and like all these things are happening and like it seemed like it did not go together well. It wasn't the direction of the show was not done very well. The aesthetics and the sound was horrible, but the plot itself I liked. It was messy. It was so messy. I just wish it blended better together. That's all it needed. It would have been a higher score if it would have blended the plot together. Like the story beats, the story threads, and the themes in the show were more cohesive. More cohesive. Like I would love to remake this show and blend it all together, make it all like perfect because it has the potential. It has the potential to be very great. It just fell short due to budget maybe and directing. Mermaid Sauna is something you probably haven't heard of. No one's seen this but me. I'm gonna give it a seven. It's like a body swap thing. There's like queer characters. It's I liked it. It's just it might be an acquired taste. Maybe maybe not. I feel like people will like this. It's but like I'm not the biggest fan of body swapping stuff. That's a bit. That's not my favorite thing. So that's why it's not a higher score. But I did like this show. It was entertaining to me. My my tea. Oh, cause you're my wait. My tea. Cause you're my boy. Whatever the name of this show is, it gets a 2 out of 10. A waste of time. The plot was all over the place. Story beats were all over the place. Nothing made sense. Um, Most scenes were blown out. Like when they're outside, the exposure, the camera. This show should not have been looked as bad as it looked. It shouldn't have sounded as bad as it sounded. Maybe I expect a story as like this storyline was. It was not. It's a two. I did not like. I did not even finish it honestly. I did not finish this show at all. I did not get to the end. I did not get to the end. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I did not like this at all. But their storyline in Our Sky really gave me what I needed from this. So the storyline, the characters, I like the characters, but the story and how it was presented, executed, was so awful to me. I would never watch this again. I don't recommend you watch it either. History 2, Crossing the Line, 9 out of 10. Yes, I'm probably giving it more than it deserves. Yes, I probably am. But I love this show so much. I've seen it maybe 6, 7 times at this point now. I love these characters. I love the story. I love everything about this. It's amazing. It doesn't get a perfect 10 because it is. It could be better, but it's not far off of being the best. It's not far off, in my opinion, and I probably like it more than it deserves. I think I'm giving it too much of a high score, but I don't care. I really, really love History 2. Crossing the Line is my favorite one of all of them. Semantic Error. I'm gonna give Semantic Error a 9 out of 10. That's pretty high. And during my first watch of it, well, I've only seen it one time, but my first watch, I was like, this is okay. I would have probably given this an 8. However, I just feel like thinking back on it, I really did enjoy it, and I like the characters, and like I wish they could have been more fleshed out. It was a bunch of them hanging out, but they had I wish their goal and their thing they were doing, like that programming thing, was more of a focus. I guess it was a focus, but I just feel like it was fleshed out. I wish it was more fleshed out. I wish they would utilize different characters too. Like I wish they would have a B plot with another character maybe his homegirl. I liked her a lot. I wish she would have got her own little storyline. It would have been a 10 for me, but because of that, I'm gonna give it a 9. It was shot very well. It sounded very well. The actors did a good job. They really kissed. I was like shook because Korea they'll be kissing for real. But these boys love in Korea they be kissing. I'm shook. To my star. I'm gonna give To My Star an 8. I did enjoy it. It's just it wasn't fleshed out enough for me. I feel like they got together and it wasn't acknowledged that they really liked each other that well. Yeah, they spent time together, but it wasn't. I wish it was a give and take that kind of made them really, really, really want to be together. But but you can read between the lines. You got the like. I wasn't mad that they got together though. I wasn't like, oh, they shouldn't be together. They're not there yet. It wasn't like that kind of thing. But I kind of wish they were there yet. But I did enjoy it. To My Star wasn't served. You guys said I was gonna like it, and y'all were right when I watched it. So yeah, To My Star an 8. Okay, that's the end. If I miss any show that I've actually seen and I didn't put here, oh well. I'm not doing this again. Happy Pride. All right. There are some shows I'm missing actually. Some Chinese dramas, I think. Were those movies? There's one that was like I forgot the name of it, but oh my gosh. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm done. I'm tired. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your commentary, your comments. If you gave me comments, because I haven't seen them yet, but I'm sure I'm seeing them after I post this. If you enjoy this, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. I might do this again, rating actual couples, because this is just the show as a whole. I could do couples if you want me to, but let me know below. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.